He got a shit bag. The man guts hanging out, man. The man walking around.
Black dude?
The white man.
Oh, for real?
Man, in Miami, they would have started a riot. They would have let that man walk around here before they and his whole glossary bag done.
You know how that is, man. This wicked ass system. They come when they feel like.
But still though in Miami, they would have bought. Man, they would have shut this shit down. Bro. Miami, they don't play that shit, bro.
See that, man? He talking about Esau right there. He talking about Esau right there. I guess dude walk around with his stomach hanging out. Got cut or something. I don't know. But yeah, Salaki about that. I don't know. It was an Israelite. I've seen on some videos before, but you know he didn't want to get into details about what happened. But I guess he having some problems with them. But I gave him my number though. He said he wanted the link up, so I see what he's talking about. You know we don't be on the unity and shit, but I don't know if that's that spirit taken from him or what. But we gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. Your memory gets you sometime, boy. All right, so let me get back in the spirit. You know, let me get back in the spirit real quick. All right, so back on Judah. So our people, they done made the Lord go into his hiding place, man. He done turned his face from us. All right, but this is our grace period. He wants us to return to him. All right, but only the 1/3 gonna do it. Only 1/3 of his people gonna see it. All right, this is Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. So the Lord said he's going to go and turn into his place till the Israelites acknowledge their offense. Who's the Israelites? The so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics. All right? These Haitians, Negroes, all right? Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, all right? You West Indian, Jamaicans, all right? Mexicans, Colombians, y'all the true people of the Heavenly Father. Okay? And the Lord said, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. So the Lord wants us to acknowledge what we did wrong. All right, but these 2/3 ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna understand the Father. They ain't gonna listen to him. They ain't gonna acknowledge what they did wrong. But we know what we did. We know we fell to false idols, to no gods. The Lord hate that more than anything. All right, praising the gods of these devils. All right, falling a victim to these stones, to this stock, this wood. All right. So he says, in their affliction, they shall seek me early. All right, so in our affliction, when we being wounded, when we being cast down, all right, when we be trodden down like the mire in the street, in our affliction, we gonna seek the Lord early. Early. All right, the men of the Lord up early, all right, going to sleep at night studying this word, man. In our affliction, in our captivity, we gonna seek the Lord early. Okay? And you better seek him now, because when this grace period is up, when the elect are getting beamed up into those chariots, it's gonna be too late. Okay? It's gonna be too late. And then everybody's gonna look around like, oh, why are they the ones who get to go up? Matter of fact, let's get that. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him. All right? So the righteous, are we not standing in boldness against those that afflicted us? Telling you who the devil is? All right? Telling you that the so-called white people put these nations, put our nation into captivity? That they poison the air, poison the water, poison the food? Okay? We're standing in great boldness telling you who he is, so we can reveal him. All right? The quicker we reveal the man of perdition, all right? The quicker we praise the Heavenly Father, the quicker we stop worshiping these idols and follow the commandments of the Lord, and the elect is sealed, man, and his word is heard throughout the four corners of the earth, it's a wrap. It's over. And we're in those last seconds. Okay? And made no account of his labors. They haven't made any account for our labors. Okay? We don't want no 40 acres and a mule, man. The time for that is up. We didn't get our recompense, our reward. Okay, but that's all good and dandy. We don't want that no more. We getting bigger and better things that the Lord promised us, that the Lord promised the Israelites. Okay, those are the promises that we're getting. True riches. Okay, not these false riches on this earth, man. And the kingdom of heaven gonna be played on earth, but y'all living in a carnal state. Only want y'all BMWs, Benzes, and castle mansions. All right, but we about to get servants, slaves. That's happening. All right, the time for our rulership is up next. Not China, not Japan, not India. All right, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American men are the next ones who are gonna be in rulership. Thus saith the Lord. All right, we're the true kings and priests of this earth, according to the Bible, and we're gonna be put back in our natural state. What's good, man?
What's up, bro?
You might be an Israelite according to the Bible, man.
Yeah, I'm Haitian, bro.
You Haitian? Yeah, you from that's your father? Your father Haitian?
Yeah, my
you
father-in-law.
Oh, that's what's up. You from the tribe of Levi, man.
What does that mean, bro?
Okay, so these people on this sign are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
All right, so the Bible is not a religious book.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a cultural book. So it's literally a history book about a group of people. Okay, and so these group of people. These are everybody in this world got a biblical nationality, and everybody got a name that's been put on them. All right,
Yeah.
so they call us Negroes, Jamaicans, Haitians. That's what they call us, because those are the titles that the so-called white man put on these people.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
but in the Bible, you're the tribe of Levi, which is Loyah in the Hebrew, and it means joined unto him. You're joined into the Heavenly Father. All right, so it's the Levites were the priests of the Bible. Okay, so y'all are all these people are special people and got something special about them. All right, and so basically, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ, he's about to come back, man, and he's coming back for these people, 1/3 of these people. All right, so do you know what so-called Jesus looks like? You think when you think of Jesus, what you picture in your head?
A Jewish guy?
A Jew. Okay, so even Jewish, he's not Jewish, he's a Jew. And see, Jew. The word Jew comes from Judah, all right, which is are the Negroes. Okay, let me read you something real quick. So those people that they call themselves Jews, they're not the real Jews according to the Bible. This is Revelation 2 verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. So the real Jews are supposed to be in poverty. That's what the Lord said. It says, but thou art rich. So we're rich because we're going to gain the kingdom of heaven. Okay, and it says, I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So those people ain't the real Jews. They claiming to be Jews because they know the promises that are coming to them. All right, they ain't the real Jews according to the Bible. The Lord is a Jew. The Negroes are Jews. The Judah and Benjamin and Levi were the so-called Jews that are dark people. All right, and so the Lord is not a white man. You say Jewish, but he's not a white man. He's a dark brown skinned man, and I'm gonna read it to you. This is Revelation. First of all, revelation means to reveal.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So it says the revelation of. I'm gonna say it says Jesus Christ, but that's not his real name. All right. But it says this is Revelation 1:13. And in the midst of 7 candlesticks, like unto one of the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot. So he had one of these on, clothed down to the foot, all right?
Yeah.
And girt about the paps with the golden girdle. He got a golden girdle around his waist.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's going to talk about his appearance. His head and his hairs are white like wool. So he had woolly hair. Who on this earth got woolly hair?
What do you mean wool?
Woolly, like nappy, coarse.
Yeah, black people. Yeah.
Black people, all right?
Yeah.
So he, first off, so he got white woolly hair. So that's one thing. So you know that the picture of the so-called white man, you know, is Jesus. That's already one strike because he got like long stringy hair,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so that's one strike. And it says as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. So his eyes are red, and that's because he drank wine and he's coming back pissed off.
Yeah.
But the so-called Jesus, you know, got either brown or blue eyes, right? Strike 2. All right, and it says, and his feet like unto fine brass. Have you seen brass? You seen the Olympics before?
Yeah.
So they get 3 medals, right?
Yeah.
They get the gold, the silver, and the bronze.
Yeah.
Okay, so bronze, what color is that bronze?
Like a black.
It's like a brownish.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a dark brown. And so it says his feet like unto fine brass. So you see a man's feet, your feet the same color as your head, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he got brass feet, as if they burned in a furnace. So just in case you thought he was saying he Middle Eastern and he might be just light brown,
Yeah.
as if they burned in a furnace. So he a dark brown man. All right, that's who the Lord looks like. That's what it says. That's Revelation. All right, 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. That's talking about the Lord, because it says the revelation of who the world calls Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Keep reading.
And it goes down. It says, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So he had a loud voice, man.
Yeah.
That's why we out here when we speak like this, we speak loud. The Lord spake loud. When he was giving out that bread to those 5,000, that bread and fish to those 5,000 people, you think he was some lily white guy? Hey man, we got some bread and fish for you. No, he is an austere man. He spake with authority, man. You know what I'm saying? And so the Lord, he's about to come back, and he's raising up our people. He said in the last days he's gonna raise up our people. Okay, and so we forgotten who we are. We think now that we what when you get a job application, what you write down is your ethnicity.
Black.
You write down black, but see that's automatically off right there, because what color is your hat?
My head?
Yeah, your hat.
Black hat.
That's a black hat. Are you the same color as your hat? No, you brown.
Yeah.
Okay, so they put that on people to make us think, because black means tainted, filthy, corrupt.
Yeah.
All right, we ain't black people. Ain't nobody black on this earth. We are different shades of brown. All these people on this side, if you look at Mexicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Negroes, Haitians, we are different shades of brown, man. But the so-called white man, are they white? No. That dude's shirt over there is white when he walk by right here. His shirt is white. Is he the same color as shirt? Look at his ears. Red, man. They the red man. They the devil walking the earth, man. And the Lord is, and he coming back to put them in slavery. That's going to happen. That's about that, and that's according to the Bible, man. Let me read you something real quick. According to the book of Obadiah, he condemns okay, so it's a group of people on this earth called the Edomites. That's who they are. The so-called white people are Edomites, and we Israelites. All right. So the Edomites, it says they gonna be destroyed they're gonna be in slavery for 1,000 years. All right. This is Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right. So when we land into slavery, we ain't from here. We got robbed and brought over here. All right. So whoever leading people into slavery, they going into slavery, man. And my point of bringing up your ethnicity on the application, because they either say you black or you African American. All right, African American don't even make sense, because those are names of two countries, which are actually named after two white men. All right, Africa comes from Leo Scipio Africanus, and America comes from Amerigo Vespucci. Those are two white men. So how is a so-called brown-skinned man in America named after two white dudes? All right, because we got all of these different names that's put on us: African American, black, coons, niggas. We got all of these titles, but we don't understand why we got so many damn titles. All right, when they got two titles: white people or Caucasian. That's the only two titles, and they ain't white because they ain't pure. They wicked as hell, man. And Caucasian that means that's because they call Caucasian because they come from the Caucasus Mountains. That's where their habitation was. All right, they the cave dwellers. Those are the cavemen. All right, that's in the Bible too. But according to the curses of Deuteronomy, it talks about a group of people, and these group of people are going into slavery if they don't listen to the Lord. Let me just read you a couple real quick. It says Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So he's saying, if you don't listen to my rules, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and it's gonna be some bad things that happen to you. All right, so let me just name some of the bad stuff. All right, I'm gonna just get a couple, because it's a long list of them, but I'm gonna just get a couple. All right, this is verse 36. It says, first let me start at 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. All right, did that happen to us? Our daughters and our sons were given to another people? And thine eye shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. So when they were sending us into slavery, when we was on them slaves, we was here being sent to different plantations, our parents was like, don't take it. But we couldn't do nothing, because that's a curse. That was divine intervention. So no white people ain't stronger than us. Ain't no way it would have been into slavery. That was divine intervention. All right. This says 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. So we're going to go into a nation that none of us know. That's America, man. We was brought to America. And there shall serve other gods, wood and stone. That's why everybody, we want to say we serve Christ. That's the wood. But he ain't come here to save everybody. That ain't the case, man. And he says that out of his own mouth in Matthew. All right? And it says wood and stone is that cobblestone, Islam, man. They serve it. That's all. Allah ain't nothing but a stone. Look, you can look it up. It's called Kaaba, the Kaaba stone. That's what they worship. They do laps around it. They kiss it. That's what they worship, all right? And it says, thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. So that's those names that we got. Niggas, African Americans, coons. Those are proverbs and bywords, all right? And I'm going to read you like 3 more. It says, because, this is verse 47, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Yo, what up, abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. All right, so he said we're going to serve our enemies. And hunger, so whenever we need food, where we got to go? All they damn stores. We don't own none of them stores, all right? It says, and then thirst, when we want water. Aquafina, Dasani, we don't own none of those companies, all right? And then nakedness, so we got to go to our enemies for everything. And clothing, we want clothes, we ain't make none of these clothes, all right? And it says, and in one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until you have destroyed thee. So when we was in slavery, did they not have a yoke of iron? You seen Django?
Yeah.
You saw when they was walking on the thing, they had the big things around their neck chained up. We was the people in chains until they destroyed us. So they mentally destroyed us. So they took them off our necks. All right. It says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. So when you look on the back of your dollar, what bird is on there?
Eagle,
it's an eagle.
Yeah.
That's America, man. And it says, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. When we was coming over here, we didn't know English. All right. We knew Hebrew. The ancient Hebrew, that's what we spoke, man. That was the original tongue. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. So they didn't give a damn if we had our babies. They was throwing our babies to alligators, raping our little girls. Our grandfathers, they was killing them, murking them off, hanging them. They don't care about the old or the young. All right? And I'm reading this last verse off of this. Verse 68. This is how you know this is us. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So Egypt in the Bible is synonymous with bondage, because you know about the Israelites when Moses was there? That was the house of bondage. That was us back then. That was us in those times, bro. We built them damn pyramids. That's in the Bible too. All right? And to Egypt again with ships. We are the only people known to, as a whole nation, to go into slavery by way of cargo slave ship. No other people. Other people have had different slaveries, but nobody as a whole were taken by ships. That's us, all right? By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. So we're not going to see our homeland again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. So we're going to be sold into our enemies for slave men and slave women. All right, these are prophecies according to the Bible that all of this was going to happen. All right, and so these people are the true 12 tribes of Israel. So when you think of a Jew, start thinking of yourself, bro. Because you are a real Jew. You know what I'm saying? The Negroes are actually the Jews, but when they say the Jews, they talking about Judah and Benjamin, Levi, because these are typically the darker skinned people. All right. So you got to understand that the commandments are for us, man. The commandments are about us, and so he made us to discontinue from our heritage. This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself, thou shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. All right, so we gonna forget who we were. He made us do that because we are his children. He whooped our asses and put us into slavery. He says, since y'all want to follow me, I'm gonna make you follow your enemies. I'm gonna give y'all up unto them. But this time, when he comes back, he's gonna deliver 1/3 of these people and destroy 2/3 of these people.
Who's the 1/3?
Okay, so by 1/3, I mean that's a fraction, you know, 30%. Right. So 2/3 are meaning that most of these people are not gonna understand the things that I'm saying. Most of these people are not gonna get it. Most of these people are not gonna come back to the commandments of the Heavenly Father. So, you know, doing things in the Bible. So, growing your beard. See, you already there. That's a commandment. Growing your beard, not shaving your head bald, not eating pork, not eating shrimp, lobster, not having sex with men's girlfriends and wives. You know what I'm saying? Not being homosexual. All of those are commandments of the Bible, man. You know, and so only 1/3 of these people gonna get that message, and only 1/3 of these people gonna be redeemed. And so the rest of these heathens out here, America about to be destroyed, man. These nuclear missiles are coming to America. It's about to be a grievous time in this place, man. That's why the Lord's showing his plagues around this earth, the hurricanes, the earthquakes. It's been 3 earthquakes in Mexico in the past 3 weeks. All right? It's been these hurricanes, Irma, they've been coming like fireworks, man, back to back. You know, and the Lord said he was going to do that, man. And that's how he visits this. That's how he visits this place. Isaiah 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. So he visited this place by all of these destructions. But when his true visitation comes, he's gonna crack these clouds with his angels, man. And his angels gonna come down and they about to wreak havoc on this place, man. America's gonna be destroyed off the face of the earth, man. So you gotta get right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, when we all in the world, we all follow, do things we want to. You know, we want to go out and party, we want to get drunk, we want to do all that kind of stuff. But we are a righteous people unto the Lord, man. It's a reason we can go through all of this and we still so strong. We still believe in the Heavenly Father. We still, no matter what they did to us, we still believe in the Lord. All right, and that's for a reason. And so everybody in this world, they go, oh, equality is the equality that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's equal. We all best friends. But they do that because they know they ain't equal to us. Let me read something to you. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. So he says we are holy people. Holy means separate and set apart. He made us special. All right? And the Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. All right? So these people are upon the face of upon other people. So all these other countries, they think they about to have their rulership. China think they about to run the shit. China think they about to have the world in the palm of their hand. North Korea think they about to bomb America, which is gonna happen. North Korea, Iran, Russia, all of these countries about to bomb America, man. They about to send those ICBM missiles across these continents and blow up America. And that's gonna be by the way of the Heavenly Father. All right, the World War III is about to pop off. These streets about to be going crazy, man. Martial law, these curfews, power about to be shut off. Famine of the word. So it's gonna come a time when I'm not gonna be out here and tell people no more. He's gonna seal up that grace period. And the men of the Lord gonna be out here. We ain't gonna be telling people no more. It's gonna be over with. And so then at that time, people gonna be out trying to get food. They're gonna run up in Walmart, try to get some grub, and they gonna put their ass in a FEMA camp. These big ass department stores ought to be FEMA camps, man. All right. So that RFID chip. You've been hearing about people taking that chip in their hand. That's the mark of the beast, man. They about to take that and they gonna try to buy. You ain't gonna be able to buy no food unless you got that chip. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing you want to do unless you got that chip. You know what I'm saying? And so only the men of the Lord and his 1/3. So it's when I say 1/3, 12,000 men from each one of these tribes are going to be delivered, are going to be his prophets, preaching the words on these streets. And 1/3, which are predominantly women and children, are going to be the 1/3 elect. So 2/3 of them are going to be destroyed, but they're going to be resurrected in the through the loins of the 1/3 in the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to be played out on earth, and they're going to be played out in the spiritual realm. It's going to be played on earth. All of these other nations that had they fun time on earth. All right, but we about to take them into slavery, man. When they are slaves, we'll be beating their asses every day, man. They righteously deserve it. And the Lord said that we gonna have that power. They did it to us for hundreds of years and have fun with it. And we gonna do the same thing. All right? But these scriptures, man, these scriptures are the only thing that's gonna save us. These scriptures are the only thing that's gonna keep us sane, man. Because when he comes back, man, he ain't coming back to play games and have fun. And you know, everybody think, oh yeah, Jesus is cool. They make fun of the white man Jesus. They make fun of him on Family Guy. They got him everywhere playing jokes about him. But they make fun of him. That's Caesar Borgia. He ain't the real Lord, man. The Lord is a black man, and that means something. That means something, man. And that's because he literally, if the Lord was walking today, white people call him a nigga. Simple as that, man. Now why you think they crucified him? You know what I'm saying? If a black man come around saying he the Messiah, you know what I'm saying? They crucified him. 2/3 of our people hated him. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, and let me just read you something about the fact that he was on. Because everybody think of Jesus, and Jesus come back to save everybody. That ain't what he said. This is Matthew, verse 15 and 24. But he answered and said, this is out of his own mouth. It's in red letters. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's cold, man. He said to himself, I ain't come here to save nobody but the house of Israel. He said that on his own mouth, man. But these churches, you'll go up in that church and they'll tell you, oh yeah, but God, Jesus coming to save everybody. Now give me your money and run your pockets. But don't tell you about what the Bible really about, man.
Tell me at least I know I tried.
So yeah, you got any questions, man?
No, just like I heard, I just wondered about that. So you know.
Yeah, man.
I think I seen that. They just got the answer, bro.
Yeah, that's real, man. And you should be. That's that spirit speaking to you, man. That's that spirit speaking because, like I said, real talk, all of our people should be hearing this, but you can't. Some so stuck in that 2/3 mind state, so stuck in that state of I want to be an American, I want to dress like an American, I want to be a white man, I want to we ain't supposed to be celebrating these holidays. These holidays wicked as hell, man. And that's why something bad happened on all of them. You know what I'm saying? If you think about, you know, these Christmases and Thanksgiving, family get together, everybody be fighting and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's because the Lord said he's going to turn our feast days in the morning. You know, he was going to put that as an omen against us. This is Amos, verse 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. All right? So he despises our feast days. Them days when we get together to sojourn, they ain't to him. Yeah. Those days, the Thanksgiving, if you really think about Thanksgiving, it's about the slaughtering of the Native Americans, which are the Most High's people, the tribe of Gad and Reuben. Yeah. All right? That's a day meant to celebrate their slaughter. Yeah. So he despised that day, man. He says, though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts. On Thanksgiving, everybody got a big ass turkey sitting on their table, man. And he hate that, man. All of these holidays, wicked as hell, man. Christmas is in the Bible not to celebrate it too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a dead God sitting in your house, a false idol. Everybody want to see a Christmas tree. Oh my God! You know, Christ wasn't born in the dead of the winter. All right, he was born in the springtime, man. Summertime. You know what I'm saying? He was not born in no dead in no winter. You know, so the Lord hate all of these holidays, man. And if you think about it, they don't do nothing for our people. Every time a holiday come on, our girls and our family pressure us to go and spend all our damn money. Now we broke. You don't know how you gonna make the next week. Like, I can't pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta go out and buy gifts for them, man. Yeah. That's wickedness, man. All of these Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, they all got some wicked connotation, wicked past attached to them, man. Yeah. All of them. You know, so the only he gave us high holy days, like the Sabbath. All right, that's the day of rest where we're supposed to rest from work. He gave us days that we're supposed to reverence him. You know what I'm saying? Not these, I call them hella days, man. Because they Halloween, that's plain. Yeah. Halloween, you know it's wicked as hell, man. Everybody want to dress up how they want, dressing as demons. But they love that day. They love Halloween because they get to act like themselves. Yeah. They get to run the streets like demons, man. You know, but these damn devils, they about to go into slavery. And 2/3 of our people about to be put to death too, because they love this. They love this country. They love this way of life. They love being wicked. All right, they love it, man, and they can't let it go. And he chose us, man. He says, Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Ain't nobody been through what these people been through, man. Yeah, right. All right, he punished us. He punished us, man. He put us in. No matter what country you go to, these people are the lowest people there. And it ain't about skin color. You're right. Because you're right though.
Yeah, Haitians been with a lot of people like Negroes and Puerto Rican. They've been through a lot. Yeah.
Been through a lot, and ain't no people went through what we've been through. Yeah, that's facts, man. And that's because the Lord is punishing us. Ain't nobody known the punishment of the Lord but us. Yeah. All right, and so he said, so he punished us, and this time he gonna reward us. All right, but we got, in order to get our reward, we got to come back to his commandments. All right, we got to stop doing the things of this earth, man. You know, real talk. Because so we don't end up destroyed, man. What's up, man?
Just reading what you got going on.
Where's your father from?
I'm sorry.
Where's your father from? What's your ethnicity based on your father?
I don't know. That's tough to. He's from Indiana.
No, like what's his? If you were to say your dad's ethnicity, what would you say he is?
To be honest, I think it's like he claimed he just passed away about a month ago, but he claimed Ireland, but I don't think it was really that much. It was probably a lot of like scattered shit that he really didn't.
So you ever met your granddad from him?
I didn't.
You did? Okay. So I mean, it's possible. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm talking about first. So these are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right. I kind of heard of this before, so that's why I'm a little interested.
These people are the people of the Bible,
right.
Regardless of anybody wants to disagree with it or not. But there are. If you are Irish, it's quite possible that you could be a descendant of Israel, but I don't know that for sure.
Right.
But the Israelites predominantly are the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, but there are brothers confusion of faith. Because of slavery, we've been sent to every corner of the earth. So we got so-called white people that look like us, so-called Indian people, Arab people that look like us, but it depends on who your father was. from way back when, because it was during the time of a lot of empires. Like you heard of the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages.
Already.
They were called the Dark Ages because the black skinned men ruled at that time. And so during that time, a lot of countries were taken over. You know what I'm saying? European countries, southern Italy, Ireland, a lot of places were taken over. So a lot of our seed was spread throughout the four corners of the earth. So these people, whom the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ, he's coming back to deliver 1/3 of these people. All right, and these people have to come back to